Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Check, check. We're good.
Now for the field.
The rain has come out here at Red Wilson Field, but we're ready for Game 2 of this doubleheader between Whitey and Cotuit. Alongside Andre Sims, I'm TJ Mathewson. We'll be with you here for the length of this second game of the doubleheader. The Red Sox took Game 1 by a score of 7-2, 7 runs on 9 hits and 1 error, which improved the Red Sox to 3-2 on the season and dropped the West-leading Cotuit Cavaliers to 4-2 on the season. Well, we have some time here before the first pitch from Jack Leftwich, Andre. We really saw Austin Wells come into his own here in the first game today as he smacked a pair of home runs.
Number 17.
Yeah, Brian and I talked about it during the broadcast. It's sort of a coming out party. He was wondering when the power was going to start to show itself. We all knew what he was capable of, especially TJ, you and I, being familiar with Pac-12 baseball, but we've yet to really see it translate offensively here on the Cape. He'd been making some solid contact. We started to see it come into play against Wareham a couple days ago, and earlier today he just put it all together with 2 absolute shots. One to the opposite field, one to the pull side, getting it out right.
And we're finally going to get a chance to see Jack Leftwich, the right-hander out of Florida, former #1 overall pitcher out of the state of Florida, going into college as he enrolled at the University of Florida, now in his sophomore season. His teammate Tommy Mace threw here last season, and we're expecting Mace later this summer here as well. And Leftwich will finally make his Red Sox debut here on a cool, chilly afternoon in South Yarmouth. His sophomore stats, a 6-5 record, a 5.31 ERA, and 13 games he started all of them. 62 2/3 innings pitched, 62 strikeouts across just 18 walks. So the right-hander will step in, facing Nick Gonzalez, the second baseman for Cotuit, the second straight game. Gonzalez ended the first game 1 for 4. New Mexico State Aggie ended his regular season hitting .432. Leftwich to Riney Wines, and the first pitch. Swing and a rocket out to left field. It backs up Austin Wells. He's there a few steps back, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. So Nick Gonzalez gets a good piece of that one, but is unable to find some outfield grass as Austin Wells, who caught last game, showing off that athleticism in left field to make the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, sort of the opposite of the initial narrative of the first game of this doubleheader, which was a lot of soft contact, seeing eye singles, just finding pockets of space. That one was incredibly hard hit, really got it on the screws, but right at Austin Wells and left.
So here's Cameron Williams, the third baseman. Will foul the first pitch back. It's 0-1. Williams will be followed by Parker Chavers. He'll bat third. Duke Ellis, the Texas Longhorn, will bat fourth. Oraj Anu will be the DH batting fifth. Batting sixth will be the first baseman, Mason Dodd, as Leftwich fires home the 0-1. It misses inside, and the count will even up at a ball and a strike. Dante Williams will bat seventh in center field. Batting eighth will be Adam Oviedo, the shortstop, and Cody Pasek, the catcher, will round out the ninth. As the 1-1 is dribbled up the middle, Luke Waddell fields up right behind that second base bag, and he'll throw it on over to first base in time for out number 2, here in the first inning. So that'll bring up Parker Chavers.
Coastal Carolina University.
In the first game of this doubleheader, he went 0 for 2, reached base on a walk in his third at-bat. Leftwich Wines fires. First pitch, he'll miss outside for ball 1. Defense for the Red Sox here in the second game. Austin Wells in left field, Sam Hall in center, Andrew Eister in right. As Leftwich fires the 1-0. It's fouled straight back. Evens up the count at 1-1. Riley Terrada's at third base, Luke Waddell at short, Drew Swift at second base, and Jack Wold at first. Eric Bajani catching Jack Leftwich behind the plate. 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. There's the off speed from Jack Leftwich, and he's ahead 1-2. Right-hander out of Orlando, Florida. Wines fires the 1-2. Swing, and it's dribbled out to Jack Wold at first. He's got it. Takes it to the bag himself. And that's an easy 1-2-3 first inning for Jack Leftwich and his Red Sox debut. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning here from Yarmouth. It's no score between the Kettleers and the Red Sox here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. It'll be the left-hander out of Tulane, Christopher Holcomb, out on the bump for the Cotuit Kettleers, as the Red Sox will come to bat in the bottom half of the first inning here at Red Wilson Field. No score between YD and Cotuit. Holcomb's already made an appearance this summer through a scoreless inning back on June 15th against Harwich. So he'll get the start here in the second game of this two-game doubleheader here on the first weekend of the Cape League season. Luke Waddell, the Georgia Tech sophomore, will lead it off. He'll watch a first pitch from Holcomb miss inside for ball one. The Whitey order will follow Luke Waddell like this. It'll be Andrew Eister batting second in right field as Holcomb winds 1-0. It catches the strike zone at the knees, and the count evens up at 1-1. It'll be Austin Wells out in left field batting third. Riley Terrata, the third baseman, will be batting cleanup here in the second game as Holcomb winds 1-1. Outside for a ball, and it's 2-1. So Jack Wold cleaning up at batting fifth at first base. R.J. Yeager bats sixth in the designated hitter role. Eric Bajani, the catcher, bats seventh as the 2-1. Swing and a dribbler out to Nick Gonzalez at second. He fields, makes the easy throw on over to first base, and that's in time to retire Waddell for out number one. Sam Hall, the center fielder, will be out in center field batting eighth, and rounding out the nine will be Drew Swift at second base. The defense for the Kettleers: Duke Ellis in left field, Dante Williams in center, Parker Chavers out in right field. Cameron Williams at third base, Adam Oviedo, Nick Gonzalez up the middle, and Mason Dodd at first base. Connor Pasick will do the catching for Chris Holcomb here today. So the first pitch to Eister is popped foul down the first base side and out of play, and the count's 0-1. Red Sox, if you missed it, took game one against the Kettleers 8-2. Cotuit off to a red-hot start here in the first week of the season, pacing the Western Division with 4 wins. As the 0-1 misses outside, it's 1-1. Enter today 4-1 with 8 points, 3 points clear of the next closest team, the Wareham Gatemen, with 5. Holcomb out of the windup, the 1-1. Swing and a miss from Eister, and he's behind 1-2. Eister got off to a red-hot start this season. 5 for his first 6, 6 for his first 8 on the summer. Going in past Wednesday's game, he was removed after just 2 batters in that one. Cooled off a little bit here in the last 2 nights. So he awaits the 1-2 out of the windup from Holcomb. It's chopped foul right back over our heads, and the count will stay at 1-2. 6'3", 190 pounds is the lefty throwing Chris Hollicomb, native of pretty much right in Cotuit, Marston Mills, Massachusetts. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a rocket out to right field. That's backing up the right fielder Parker Chavers. He has it in his sights, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down, retired by Chris Hollicomb, and that will bring up Austin Wells. How about the game he had just earlier today? 3 for 3, 4 RBIs, 2 home runs. Waits the first pitch, off speed, misses off the plate away. It's 1-0.
And arguably one of the most impressive things about his game was the caught stealing, the runner that he gunned down. It was an impressive pop time. Got a good pitch to throw on, but Luke Waddell barely had to move his glove to make that tag.
1-0 misses outside. Yeah, it's really showing all the tools out here in this first week of the season. Just a complete player there at the University of Arizona. 2-0, fastball on the outer edge. It's 2 balls and a strike to Austin Wells. Was the top recruit in the Wildcats 2018 recruiting class that went to school. 2-1, swing and a chop foul up the first base side. It's 2-2. Shared a recruiting class with Nolan Gorman and Matthew Libator, a pair of first-round picks that both signed with Gorman with the Cardinals and Libator with the Tampa Bay Rays. So Wells was the top guy heading into the 2019 season in that recruiting class. As the 2-2 is bounced in the dirt, and the count will go to 3 balls and 2 strikes. But with those expectations, you know, with the high recruiting praise out of Las Vegas, expected to come in and perform, and oh, he did. Pac-12 Freshman of the Year. 3-2. Fastball, strike 3 called on the outside corner. Wells was about to trot down to first base, but instead, he'll turn around and walk back to the YD dugout. 1-2-3 go the Red Sox in the first inning, as we have yet to see a base hit here through an inning of play in Yarmouth. We'll head to the second inning. No score between YD and Cotuit here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the second inning here from Yarmouth. No score between YD and Cotuit. Andre Simpson, TJ Mathewson here with you from the middle of Cape Cod. 2 teams trying to finish this first week strong. Red Sox taking the first game of this Sunday doubleheader, the first of 2 this season, as the first pitch to Duke Ellis is flied down the left field line, foul territory. Wells will give it a look, but it will drop into the grass in between the YD bullpen, and it'll be strike 1. Cotuit 4-2 with the loss earlier today. Red Sox 3-2. 0-1 from Leftwich. It misses inside. The count will even up at 1-1. Cotuit took the first game between these two on opening day. 1-1, rocketed out towards short base. Shortstop on 2 hops, Luke Waddell fields. He'll throw it over to first base, and that's in time to retire Duke Ellis. 4 up, 4 down for Jack Leftwich in his Red Sox debut.
Hitter from the University of Kentucky, number 30, Araj Anu.
That's an impressive play from Waddell at short, going to his right. Also, the smart play there to back up a step to get the more comfortable hop, and then firing a strong throw across the diamond to get the out.
First pitch from Leftwich on the outside edge to Oraj Anu, the designated hitter at a University of Kentucky. 0-1 is fouled back, and it's quickly 0-2. A new 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a single. Was picked off earlier today as well. Leftwich trying to work at a fast pace. They're up there on the bump.
Not even giving the ball boys enough time to retrieve the foul ball and get back behind their screens.
Leftwich out of the line, the 0-2. Curveball slips out of his hand and misses way outside. The count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Leftwich was on the roster originally for YD last season, but had an excellent postseason. It's the 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout of the ball game for Jack Leftwich, as he set down the first 2 here in the second and the first 5 overall in this ball game. We'll bring up the first baseman, Mason Dodd. So as I was saying, his 2018 freshman season, a 4.21 ERA and 81 1/3 innings. He struck out 84 and walked just 26. First pitch to Dodd, fastball on the outside edge, and the count's 0-1. Had a 2.53 ERA and 21 1/3 innings in the postseason for Florida last year. 0-1, cut on and missed, and it's quickly 0-2. In a season where Florida was the #1 national seed, made it all the way to Omaha before getting bounced early. 0-2 from Leftwich. Fastball rides outside. It goes to 1-2. Was expected to have a bigger role for the Gators this season, but struggled with some injuries. A blister on his throwing hand as well as a rolled ankle. Cost him some time. 1-2 misses outside. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He started the season out strong, 4-0 with the 2.05 ERA. 0-2, swung, or 2-2, pardon, swung on, driven out to deep center field. Backing up is Sam Hall. He has it in his sights, and he's there to make the catch for out number 3. So 6 up and 6 down for Jack Leftwich to start this ball game as we are breezing through the first inning of the half here in Yarmouth. No score between YD and Cotuit here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. So it's been 9 up and 9 down here in Game 2 of this doubleheader between the Red Sox and the Kettlers. 4, 5, and 6 set to come to the plate for YD. Riley Tirana, Jack Wold, and R.J. Yeager come to the plate to face Chris Holcomb, the native here of Cape Cod, and in fact just over in Cotuit, and Marston Mills. The lefty out of Tulane kicks, fires the first pitch. It's chopped foul right at home plate. It looked like it caught a piece of Cody Pasek behind the plate, and the count will go to 0-1. I want to take this time to wish every father out there listening a happy Father's Day here on Cape Cod. My dad, Rob, tuning in right now all the way at home in Seattle, Washington. Happy Father's Day, Dad. And everyone else out there listening, we all appreciate you very much. 0-1 the count on Riley Tirada. The lefty Holcomb kicks and fires. It's popped up. Shallow right center field. Nick Gonzalez is out there calling for it. He settles under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 1 here in the second inning. So here's Jack Wold. 1 for 3 earlier today. Scored a run, also struck out looking.
Number 19.
Of course, the format of these
Thomas
double headers.
Gold.
2 7-inning games on the first two Sundays of the season. As Holcomb winds, fires the first pitch. Curveball on the inside edge to Jack Wald, and it's strike one. But it'll also go between interdivision opponents, a East team and a West team. For YD, it's Cotuit. As the 0-1 misses outside, it'll go to 1-1 next week. The Red Sox will travel to Falmouth, knock out both their road games in Falmouth in one road trip. Holcomb winds, 1-1. Swing and a loft, foul territory down the left field side. It'll drift in and out of play, and the count will go to 1-2. Last year, the Red Sox were swept by the Kettleers in their doubleheader. That out at Lowell Park in Cotuit. Windy trying to return the favor this season. 1-2, curveball, swing and a liner out under the glove of the third baseman, Cameron Williams, and into left field for a base hit. So it looked like Cameron Williams had that one in his sights. He puts his glove down and ends up just squeaking right under the glove and into left field for a base hit. The first base runner to reach here for either team.
Yeah, truthfully, I'm not sure I agree with that being scored a base hit, because he kind of bet on the fact that it was going to come up, and you're always taught as an infielder to play the ball down to up, not up to down, and you saw him make a late stab as that one sails way out of play.
As the pickoff is thrown out of play by Holcomb down the first base line, the first baseman, Mason Dodd, couldn't put a glove on it, and Jack Wold will take second base.
But you're always taught as an infielder to have your glove literally in the dirt, and then you can play the tricky hop if it comes up. You're not supposed to anticipate the hop and then try to stab down. And you watched him stab down there. So,
as the first pitch is smacked into left field for a base hit. Wold will stop at third base. Back-to-back base hits for the Red Sox. R.J. Yeager picking up his base knock. The first knock for him today. He came in the 6th inning of the first ball game today. 1-0 for 1. He popped out to second. Mike Roberts out of the dugout on the first base side to talk to Holcomb. And there's a new pitcher jogging in from the bullpen. And that will do it here for Chris Holcomb, it appears. He lasts just an inning and a third. We'll step aside, hear from Yarmouth. No score between YD and Cotuit here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. It'll be Casey Schmidt, the San Diego State Aztec, to come in out of the bullpen for Mike Roberts after he lifts his starter, Chris Holcomb, after just an inning and a third, and responsible for the 2 runners on base. So after the first let's do math here. 10 batters were retired in this ball game. Back-to-back singles by the Red Sox has them in position. Eric Bajani at the plate, shows bunt, pulls his bat back, and watches it miss outside for ball 1. So Schmidt, a former collegiate baseball freshman All-American in 2018. He's the first San Diego State Aztec to do that since Steven Strasburg. It's the 1-0. Shows bunt again. This time it catches the outer edge for a strike, and the count's 1 ball and 1 strike. This season with the Aztecs, he's listed as an infielder on the Cotuit roster, but here in 2019, he's two-way as the 1-1 misses outside, and the count will go to 2 balls and a strike. 3.77 ERA this season with San Diego State. Not terrible. A 3-3 record in 21 appearances. He threw 43 innings. 44 strikeouts and 16 walks. 2-1. Shows bunt again. This time Bajani chases after it, and it'll be called strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It was kind of hard to replicate his freshman All-American season where he had a .28 ERA in 21 appearances. Total that 1 earned run over 32 innings pitched. Here's the 2-2. Outside, it misses way out there. Connor Pasek behind the plate had to go get that one, and the count will go full 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, anytime you're mentioned in the same sentence as first to do anything since Steven Strasburg, that's generally something you want to hear about yourself. And no slouch at the plate either. 315 on the year at the plate.
3-2, swing and a pop fly, foul territory first base side. Giving it a look is Mason Dodd. Right inside the out of play line. He's there to make the catch for out number 2 here in the second inning. So Bajani goes after a pitch on the outer edge and pops out in foul territory. Now 2 down for the Red Sox here in the second inning. That'll bring up Sam Hall, the center fielder out of Clemson. Hall came into the game in the 5th inning earlier today. Went 0 for 1, grounded out to short. See if you can get that first big hit as a Red Sox right here. Speedy guy, outfielder. Led Clemson with 30 stolen bags this spring. 30 of 37. So runners take their lead from the corner. Jack Wold from third, R.J. Yeager from first. Here's the first pitch from Schmidt. Fastball misses away for ball 1, 1-0. We saw Schmidt in the starting lineup for the Kettleers on opening day. So he's batting in the 5-hole there for Mike Roberts. 1-0, swing and a dribbler towards third base, and it'll be past the third baseman into left field. Rounding third, coming home to score is Jack Wold. An RBI single by Sam Hall puts the Red Sox on the scoreboard first here in Game 2. It's 1-0 YD. It looked like that ate up Cameron Williams as he went into the slide. It skipped over his glove and went out into the left field grass. It made it easy for Jack Wold from third base to come home and score. Advancing all the way to third base is R.J. Yeager. And on the play, Hall will advance all the way to second base. The Red Sox are on the board first.
Yeah, a couple tough plays there for Williams at third in the early going, unable to make either of them.
First pitch to Drew Swift. It misses outside for ball 1. Yeah, a couple plays here in this inning. The first hit to Jack Wold, it just went under his glove. It's 1-0. Fastball on the inner edge, and it evens up at 1-1. On that, another play that just took the exact opposite hop for both of those. One died, went under his glove. When one popped up, then went over. Resulted in a pair of Whitey hits. 2 of 3 today have gone that way. 1-1. Swift shows bunt, gets it down in front of the plate, right back to the pitcher Schmidt. He fields, throws it over to first base, and that's in time to get Swift. So Swift trying to make Casey Schmidt feels his position. He does it perfectly as he guns down the second baseman for YD this afternoon, and the Red Sox are retired here in the second. Not before they scratch across 3 hits and score the first run of the ball game. It's 1-0 YD over Cotuit as we head to the third here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Thanks to 3 singles, the Red Sox are on the scoreboard first here in Yarmouth as we head to the top of the third inning. TJ Mathewson and Andre Sims here with you from the middle of Cape Cod. Jack Leftwich has sat down all 6 Cotuit batters he has faced so far. The righty out of the University of Florida and former #1 pitcher in the state of Florida out of high school. We'll have the bottom third of the Cotuit lineup: Dante Williams, Adam Oviedo, and Cody Pasek setting to come to the plate for the Kettleers. So Dante Williams, the center fielder out of the University of Arizona, will dig in from the left side. Leftwich winds, fires the first pitch. It's swung on and clubbed. Deep right field, it chases Eisterback. He looks up and it's out of here. Dante Williams chases after a first pitch and launches it over the right field fence. And the Kettleers respond immediately. Here in the top of the third inning, we're all knotted up at 1 here in Yarmouth.
Yeah, you had to figure they weren't going to keep this Cotuit offense bottled up for too long. This is, like you said, TJ, the team that's pacing the Western Division right now by 3 points. It's a very high-profile offense, very potent, very much the type of offense that can strike quick and can hang with this YD offense when it clicks. So you had to figure that they were going to get their hacks in eventually.
So here's Oviedo. That'll be the first home run of the season for Dante Williams. He watches the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Oviedo did not see any action in the first game of this doubleheader as he steps in from the right side. 0-1 is lofted out of play, and the count's quickly 0-2. We've seen that a lot from Jack Leftwich today. He works quickly out there on the bump, the righty out of Florida. He's already back there. He's staring down Eric Bajani behind the plate, waiting for Oviedo to get back in. Here's the 0-2. Off speed, misses off the plate. A curveball there from Leftwich, and the count will go to 1-2. That's actually the first RBI of the season as well for Dante Williams, along with his first extra base hit of the home run variety. 1-2. Fastball swing, and that one's lofted. That's deep to center field. Hall is back. He leaps at the wall, and it's gone. Back-to-back home runs off of Jack Leftwich here in the top of the third inning as Adam Oviedo takes advantage of the short center field fence, just 352 feet here at Red Wilson Field, as he puts the Kettleers up 2-1. So back-to-back home runs for Cotuit here in the top of the third inning after Jack Leftwich breezed through the first 2 innings. 6 up, 6 down. Now back-to-back homers. First pitch to Cody Pasek. Watches one bounce in there, and it's ball 1. Now, in almost any other ballpark, that's just a routine flyout to dead center field as the 1-0 misses away. It's 2-0. But Oviedo taking advantage of the really short fence here at Red Wilson Field, just 352 to dead center. 2-0, chopped up the first base side. It squeaks foul, and the count will go to 2-1. But we saw Sam Hall. He had a beat on it. He went right to the fence and then watched it drop maybe 10 feet over the wall. Had he had more space out there, he could have kept running and easily snagged that one for what would have been the first down of the inning. 2-1, fastball right down the middle, and the count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and even with the fence being where it was, he did have a beat on it, just mistimed the jump a little bit. He was in the vicinity, just didn't quite get there in time.
As the 2-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. Dropped by Bajani. The throw down to first base. Scooped out of the dirt by Jack Wold. That's a nice play there from Jack Wold at first base. Bajani had to snag the ball out of the dirt there on a dropped third strike and fire a seed down to first base to just get the catcher Pasek. It's the second strikeout for Jack Leftwich today. Now he's going to flip the lineup over, and the top of the order will stroll to the plate, and Nick Gonzalez. 0 for 1 so far today. First pitch will miss inside for ball 1. We've seen Jack Wold flash the leather over there at first base. He's made a couple of really nice plays over there at first, whether it be diving for a ball or picking one out of the dirt. 1 out from Leftwich. There's that off speed. It misses low, and the count's 2-0. We did see Wold miss a throw that skipped in the dirt earlier today. An E6, that was on an E6 by Luke Waddell. Again, that curveball misses outside, and the count goes to 3-0 here on Nick Gonzalez. 2-1, Cavaliers lead over the Red Sox here at Red Wilson Field. This is the 3-0. Paints the outside corner, and the count goes to 3 balls and a strike. Red Sox winning game 1 easily over Cotuit. 7-2 the final. 3-1. Swing and a fly ball out towards center field again. This time Sam Hall has the beat on it. He'll settle under it and make the catch for out number 2. Gonzalez just got that one off the end of the bat. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here for the Cavaliers.
Pinch hitting.
It's going to be
7, Matthew Mervis.
It's going to be Matthew Mervis out of Duke. The junior will swing at the first pitch and miss it for strike 1. So after just one at-bat, Cameron Williams out of the game. Third baseman who struggled a little bit over there. As the 0-1 misses outside, the count goes to 1-1.
Yeah, Mike Roberts with a couple quick hooks. One for his pitcher and now one for his third baseman after he's unable to make a couple plays.
As the 1-1, beautiful off-speed pitch there from Leftwich gets Mervis to just wave at that one. And the count's quickly 1-2. Yeah, just a couple of tricky hops over there, but it allowed Whitey to score a run. 1-2, a shattered bat out towards Leftwich. It squeaks past him. Drew Swift at second base fields, throws to Leftwich covering the first base bag, and it's in time for out number 3 here in the third inning. So Leftwich able to navigate through the broken bat, get over to first base, and cover the throw from Drew Swift for out number 3. Cotuit able to get on the board with a pair of solo home runs to lead off this third inning from Dante Williams and Adam Oviedo as the Cavaliers lead the Red Sox 2-1. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning here from Yarmouth. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Georgia Tech, number 3.
Top of the order, coming to the plate for the Red Sox as they look to respond to Cotuit's back-to-back home runs in the top half of the third inning, which has put the Cavaliers on top 2-1. TJ Mathewson and Andre Sims here with you from Yarmouth. It's the first pitch to the leadoff man, Luke Waddell, will miss inside for ball 1. Waddell 0 for 1 in this second game of the doubleheader. He grounded out to second to lead off the ball game. Casey Schmidt came in relief in the bottom half of the second, in relief of Chris Holcomb as he misses the second pitch outside. It's 2-0. Former freshman All-American out of San Diego State. Luke Waddell, drafted in the 2019 MLB draft just a few weeks ago. So the 2-0 misses inside. It's 3-0. After a summer last season with the Red Sox up here on Cape Cod, was drafted in the 32nd round, but is back here on the Cape with the Red Sox. The 3-0 right down Main Street. And the count will go to 3-1. Waddell drafted by the Diamondbacks, 962nd overall. 3-1 pitch on the way. Misses high and outside for ball 4. So a good start to this bottom of the third inning for YD as Waddell leads off with the free base. And that'll bring up Andrew Eister. Flew out to right field his first time up.
Number 11, Andrew Eister.
The crowd has thinned out considerably from the start of the first game. The weather has cooled off quite a bit here in Yarmouth. It's expecting to rain a little bit tonight, which we're hoping the rain will hold off until it says it does. It says partially cloudy and until about 9 o'clock when there's a 40% chance of rain, as the first pitch from Eister is fouled straight back. It's 0-1. But then it's supposed to rain from about 9 until about 2 in the morning until we get a sunny day tomorrow. The Red Sox will be off. However, most of the Cape will be making up games on Monday. Schmidt sets out of the stretch, the 0-1. Eister checks his swing. They appeal down to first base, and he did go around, as the count will go to no balls and 2 strikes. But a lot of teams originally got rained out on Tuesday, the second day of the Cape League season this summer, on the 11th, had their games rescheduled for Thursday, and then were subsequently rained out again on Thursday, so they'll play on Monday. Red Sox were one of 4 teams able to play on that day. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Eister down on 3 pitches, strikeout number 1 for Casey Schmidt. Here in the third inning, there's 1 down for the Red Sox, and that will bring up the red-hot Austin Wells.
Yeah, if you're Casey Schmidt, you have to like that. I don't think anybody on the Cape this season has made Andrew Eister take a swing that looked that poor, and he's come in and pitched very well in relief.
So here's Austin Wells. He's got a pair of home runs earlier today in the first game. 0 for 1 today in this game with a strikeout. First pitch, there's a swing, high drive, deep center. Did he do it again? Way back there and gone. 3 home runs on the day for Austin Wells. Have yourself a game. Home run number 3. 2 RBIs today, 6 RBIs on the day. And it's a response for the Red Sox. They lead 3-2.
I'm running out of things to say about Austin Wells today. I mean,
the third baseman from the
that's now 3 home runs, a bunch of RBIs, incredible 7 innings behind the dish in game number 1. He is absolutely locked in. The scouts that are in attendance have to like what they're seeing right now.
So that's now 8 RBIs on the season for Austin Wells to go along with his 3 home runs. First pitch to Riley Terada, catches the outside edge for a strike. It's 0-1. I mean, my goodness, Austin Wells. 0-1 misses outside for a ball. It's 1-1. There was only one player last year to hit 3 home runs on a single day, and that was Peyton Burdick of these Cotuit Kettleers on opening day last season, where he smacked 3 of them. 1-1. It misses outside again. The count goes to 2-1. And these haven't been cheap ones either, Andre. He has gone to left center field. That one to straightaway center field has also gone out to right field. He is having a day to remember here in the first week of the season. 2-1, stays upstairs, and the count will go to 3-1.
And what's also worth noting is the fact that this is a wood bat league. And I'm like, imagine if he was making the contact that he's having with an aluminum bat. Like, we are talking some long home runs.
3-1, stays upstairs, and Terada will take his base down at first. The second walk of the inning for Casey Schmidt out on the bump, as his catcher, Coney Pasek, will go out to have a quick word with him and try and calm him down.
Jack Thomas Wold.
So now Jack Wold will step to the plate. He's 1 for 1 today, scored a run. Austin Wells, 3 home runs in 2 games, not even 2 full games today. He's touched up all 3 of them. A special player out of Las Vegas and the University of Arizona. First pitch, Jack Wold cuts and miss a curveball in the dirt, and it's 0-1.
And TJ, Brian and I talked about this in the first game in the Open, which was how was this YD team going to respond to a bad loss at Chatham yesterday? And they responded well in game one. And on a smaller scale, how do you respond to give up back-to-back home runs to start an inning?
As the 0-1 is cut on a miss by Wold, 0-2.
It's sort of the game within the game, so to speak, where there are a lot of players, a lot of teams that give up back-to-back home runs to start an inning early in a game, and it's deflating, and all of a sudden the wind is completely out of their sails, but this YD team is just built differently and is able to respond.
0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Wold, kind of a half-hearted swing out of the lefty box as he goes down on strike. Second strikeout of the day for Casey Schmidt, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, R.J. Yeager.
From Mercer University, R.J. Yeager.
2 runs in for the Red Sox here in the third inning. They lead this one 3-2, looking to sweep the Kettleers after falling to Cotuit on opening day 4-3. Here's the first pitch. It's cut on and missed, and the count's 0-1. Austin Wells set all sorts of records his freshman season at Arizona. Top 10 in the conference in plenty of offensive categories. As the former freshman All-American Yeager waits the 1. It misses inside, 1-1 the count. Was the first Wildcat to ever win the Pac-12 Freshman of the Year award since it was created in 1991. He led all Division I freshmen and the entire Pac-12 in runs with 73, and all Power 5 freshmen with a 353 average, as the 1-1 will miss outside. So, you know, these results here today, we cannot honestly say we're shocked from the season he had there in Arizona.
Yeah, it definitely had this feeling of inevitability where it really just seemed like it was only a matter of time before he would have that breakout game, and we're watching it today.
2-1. Off speed on the outside corner. It's 2-2. Two down here in the bottom of the third inning. Riley Tirana takes his lead off of first base. R.J. Yeager at the plate, even 2-2. Here's the pitch. Off speed, down low in the dirt, and the count will run full 3-2. But you mentioned the rough game and the bounce back from yesterday. The Red Sox struck out 10 times of the final 12 outs against Chatham, straining base runners left and right to finish that ball game. That while making some key mistakes on the defensive side of the ball, but have responded here nicely. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a line drive out to Nick Gonzalez towards second base. On a hop, he fields, throws it over to first base, and that's in time to retire R.J. Yeager for out number 3. We'll head to the fourth inning. Here from Yarmouth, it's 3-2. Red Sox lead over the Kettleers here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the fourth inning here from Yarmouth, 3-2. Red Sox lead over Kettleers. TJ Mathewson and Andre Sims here with you. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 set to come to the plate for Cotuit. In this top half of the fourth inning, Parker Chavers, Duke Ellis, and Oraj Anu penciled to come to the plate. Jack Leftwich allowed a pair of solo home runs, otherwise has been spotless so far as the first pitch misses outside for ball one. His first start as a YD Red Sox out of the University of Florida. Quickly back into the windup, the 0-1 on the outside corner. It goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Gave up back-to-back home runs to lead off that third inning, as I mentioned, but has settled down nicely, has not allowed any other hits than those. As the 1-1 misses outside, pops out of the glove of Bajani. And the count will go to 2-1. This game also flying by. First pitch right around 5 o'clock. It has taken us just over 40 minutes to get through 3 innings. Chavers digs back in from the left side. Leftwich fires. Swing and a fly ball. That's hit out towards center field again. Hall will watch this one go back, and it's gone. 3 home runs for the Kettleers today, as just like last inning, they respond to the YD run scoring as Parker Chavers leads off this 4th inning with a solo home run out to center field, and the Kettleers tie it at 3.
I suppose the silver lining in this for YD is that no one is on for these. These have all led off the inning, and so they're able to limit the damage.
As the first pitch is dribbled up the first base line, showing bunt was Duke Ellis, but it will scoot foul. Given by Wold at first base, and the count will go to 0-1. Yeah, in case you couldn't tell, ladies and gentlemen paying attention to the broadcast, the wind is blowing out today. So we have now seen 4 home runs in this ball game alone. And we just started the 4th inning. So Ellis will dig back in. He grounded out to shortstop his first time up. 0-1, chopped, foul at the plate, and the count will go to 0-2. That was right after we saw 2 more home runs earlier today, so our home run count is at 6 here with about 3 innings left to play today.
And counting.
Yeah.
You really get the feeling that there's more coming in this one.
There have been some hard-hit balls here in this second game. Leftwich out of the windup. Here's the 0-2. Fastball misses outside. It'll go to 1-2. I mean, we're not going to discount any of these homers. They have been touched up out to center field. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Leftwich able to get Ellis to chase down and out of the strike zone. Strikeout number 3 on the afternoon for Jack Leftwich. There's 1 down here in the 4th, and that will bring up the designated hitter, Oraj Anu. Anu was one of the 3 strikeout victims of Leftwich today. He struck out swinging back in the 2nd as he digs in from the left side. Leftwich working at the quick pace that he has all game. Fires the first pitch. Off speed on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Quickly back on the bump is Leftwich. Middle of the infield wide open. 0-1, swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2. Drew Swift, the second baseman for YD, has shaded over. So leaving more of the middle open for a grounder up that way. Leftwich kicks the 0-2. Fastball misses off the plate, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sam Hall is shaded out in towards left center field. The center fielder for YD. Leftwich winds. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jack Leftwich as he's responded there to that solo home run to lead off the inning. He gets Oraj Anu to fan for the 2nd time today. Strikeout number 4 for Leftwich. And that will bring up the first baseman Mason Dott here with 2 outs in the 4th inning.
Yeah, it's a weird paradox of he's pitching very well, save for 3 pitches which have left the yard.
His first pitch misses outside for ball 1.
You know, he's looked good. He's attacking hitters. He's throwing strikes. Some of them were, I guess, just too good of strikes, but it hasn't like he's let a bunch of runners on.
Leftwich winds. 1-0. Off speed will miss. Maybe a little bit low. For ball 2, it's 2-0.
Outside of the 3 home runs, he's perfect.
Yeah, he's
not a base runner outside of the 3 solo home runs.
Here's the 2-0. It will miss high and outside for a ball. It's 3-0. And, you know, as we said earlier, we're not going to discount any of these home runs. As the 3-0 pitch on the way from Leftwich. Fastball catches the strike zone. It's 3-1. But with that center field fence being so short, you wonder that perhaps some of those that were not hit quite as far would have maybe landed on the warning track and allowed Leftwich a chance to get himself out of the inning. But instead, they go up on the scoreboard as a run. 3-1, misses outside for ball 4. There's that first base runner that will reach base against Leftwich. That has not been a home run. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Dante Williams, who touched up Leftwich for a home run just an inning ago in the 3rd inning. So we're going to see how Leftwich will transition to the stretch here with the runner on at first base in Mason Dodd. 2 down here in the 4th inning, all tied up at 3 between YD and Cotuit, the 2 top scoring teams in the Cape League this season. As the first pitch will catch the outside corner for strike 1, it's 0-1. YD entered today with 31 runs, Cotuit with 38, with the Kenneliers having played a game more. Leftwich sets out of the stretch. The 0-1. Curveball dribbled out towards shortstop. Luke Waddell fields on 2 hops. He shovels to Drew Swift at the second base bag, and that will be in time for out number 3 here in the 4th. Well, it's the bottom of the 4th inning here from Red Wilson Field. All tied up at 3 between Cotuit and YD on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Back here in the home half of the 4th inning. Home runs have been the name of the game in this one.
From the University of Nevada,
So far, 4 in this one, 6 total in the doubleheader. Half of those coming off the bat of Austin Wells. But 3 solo home runs have accounted for the 3 Cotuit runs, and Austin Wells has a 2-run shot of his own in this one as Eric Bajani fans weakly at the first pitch, and it's 0-1. 7, 8, and 9 due up here in the home half of the 4th for YD. They've got 3 runs on 4 hits. Cotuit, as I mentioned, 3 runs on the 3 solo home runs. Casey Schmidt continuing to work well in relief. The first pitch to Bajani is inside, nearly gets him on the shoulder, and it's 1-1. Game's moving quickly, as did the first one. The first one, the full 7 innings in 2 hours and 18 minutes as Bajani taps one foul and back to the backstop. This one, I think we're even beating that pace through 3.5 right now as we're still under an hour.
Yeah, under an hour to get halfway through this one.
We're playing 7 today for those of you who are just joining us due to the fact that this is the game 2 of a doubleheader as Bajani slaps one the other way and through the hole, and that's a base hit. All 10 Cape League teams in action today in doubleheaders across Cape Cod. YD looking to sweep both games.
12,
Sam Hall will step in, center fielder out of Clemson. We saw a lot of soft contact, seeing eye singles that led to multi-run innings for YD in game number 1, and now it's just all about the big fly here in game number 2. Hall takes the first pitch high and tight for a ball, 1-0. The flag in left field is blowing, as are the trees that line the outfield here at Red Wilson Field. The wind is definitely a factor, as you can get a fly ball up into the jet stream. You got a pretty good shot of getting it out of here right now. The 1-0 on its way. Good breaking ball from Schmidt, and it's in there for a called strike to even the count 1-1.
Yeah, by far the most sort of bandbox effect that we have felt through a week of the season here today. And you look at it, it doesn't seem like that much of a bandbox. It's cloudy, maybe a little damp out due to the rain.
Hall with a line drive up the middle, and that's a base hit. Bajani will hold at second. And the Red Sox have their first 2 runners on via the single. That's Hall's second hit today.
Yeah, just a nice solid piece of hitting right back up the middle for Sam Hall. As mentioned, trying to get that first big hit as a Red Sox. Instead, just going to settle for the singles. Go 2 for 2 so far. But anyway, with the bandbox effect, you have to come here and see the wind. The wind has been gusting out all day. That to go along with the smallest dimensions in the Cape. 332 to left, 352 to center, and then 346 down the right field line. Makes this a hitter's paradise. Just got to get the ball up in the air.
So that'll bring up Drew Swift, Arizona State product, playing second base in both games of this doubleheader, batting in the 9 hole. Schmidt checks on the runner at second base. Bajani not a threat to run as Swift takes the first pitch, a fastball on the inner half for a called strike, 0-1. Yep, the wind has definitely picked up as the night has gone on. And we are seeing the effects. The 0-1 offering to Swift. He shows bunt and quickly ducks out of the way as that one was coming for his eyes. And it's 1-1. 3-3 our score here. Andre Sims, TJ Mathewson with you. Game 2 of a doubleheader between the Cotuit Kettleers and the YD Red Sox. Swift squares again, pulls it back, but takes a strike, and it's 1-2. Drew Swift tried to get his way on with a 2-out bunt single in the second inning in his first AB, but it was fielded cleanly by Schmidt on the mound, a two-way player at San Diego State, so more than comfortable fielding his position as he is also listed as an infielder, but performing very admirably on the mound. 2 strikes showing is Swift, and he does get it down. They're going to go to third, and they got Bajani, so not exactly the way you draw it up if you're Scott Pickler and company, as Swift reaches on the fielder's choice, but they got the lead runner Bajani at third. Swift unable to get the bunt far enough away to allow the runners to advance.
Yeah, it was an interesting approach there for Swift. First of all, bunting with 2 strikes, very bold approach. Got to have confidence in your batter to get it down. And then the bunt dies right in front of home plate. So the catcher, Cody Pasek, is just, the ball's right in front of him. He can go wherever he wants with that ball, and especially for a right-hand thrower, it's so easy to just go right down to third, which he does, and they're able to get Bajani out on a bang-bang play at third.
So that'll bring Mike Roberts back out to the mound, and he will go to the bullpen once again. It looks like as he just pointed over to the corner.
And more than 450 positions.
Although no one is making a move from the bullpen just yet, but yep, it is official. They are going to the pen. So the second pitching change of the day through 3 1/3 innings for Mike Roberts, as we will bring you the new pitcher and all his information here momentarily on the other side of this break. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. back here after the pitching change, and the new arm out of the Cotuit bullpen will be the lefty, the 6'1", 240-pound Joey Walsh out of Boston College.
This will be his 4th appearance already of the summer. Mike Roberts maybe has found his favorite arms out of his own bullpen. Threw against Whitey on opening night. Allowed 2 runs in his 2 innings. Struck out 3. Didn't walk anyone.
Walsh will be tasked with a 2-on and 1-out situation here as he faces the top of the YD order as Luke Waddell, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket, steps in. First pitch is a breaking ball that's in there for a called strike, 0-1. Walsh did strike out 3 in that outing against YD to start the season, however gave up 2 earned runs as well, as the 0-1 is a breaking ball that is slung low and away outside, and it's 1-1. Final line not yet done for Casey Schmidt as he is responsible for the runners on. As of right now, we do know 2 innings, 4 hits. Wait to see the total number of runs that will be charged to his Cape League account as the 1-1 pitch is off the inner half and a ball, 2-1.
It'll be interesting to see here. We've had runs in every half inning since the bottom of the 2nd. We'll see every time a team has scored, the other has responded. Whitey in prime position to respond again here in the bottom of the 4th.
Runner in scoring position here for Waddell. So that one once again is outside, handcuffs Pasek behind home plate. He's able to hold on, and it's 3-1. So Waddell finds himself in a hitter's count here and an RBI opportunity. Outfield shading him a little bit to go the opposite way. There's giving him the gap in right center field, and he will go the other way, but it's a ground ball through the 5-hole, and that's a base hit. Coming around third to score is Sam Hall. And the Red Sox respond once again, and they retake the lead 4-3.
Just a nice piece of hitting from Luke Waddell. He gets a 3-1 pitch on the outer half of the plate. Doesn't try and do too much with it. Just takes it the other way through the gap between the third baseman and the shortstop. And as I mentioned, teams responding, and the Red Sox do exactly that as they take the lead back 4-3.
Swift moves up 90 feet on the play, so first and second still with 1 man down. And Andrew Eister steps in. He's flew out to right and struck out in this one. Eister in game 1 had a singles and a walk, scored a couple runs. Now up to 8 hits in this Cape League season already as he takes the 0-1 upstairs for a ball, 1-1. Eister, the South Carolina product, had a torrid start to this Cape League season. And the 1-1 pitch is swung on and sent right back up the middle, and that's a base hit for Eister. Pickler's going to send Swift. The throw is cut off. He's in standing, and it's 5-3 Red Sox. So once again, the Red Sox are knocking around Joey Walsh as they did on opening night. And it's now a 5-3 lead, and both of those runs are charged to Casey Schmidt.
And this final line, 4, I believe my math right, yep, 4 runs allowed. And the Red Sox are doing a nice job of responding, and we're going to see how far back the outfielders are back up with Wells up.
Austin Wells with a healthy cut there on the first pitch, and he waves on the first offering, and it's 0-1.
I just had some coffee. What was in that coffee? a lot of sugar.
Did you have an Irish?
The 0-1 swung on and missed again as he was about 6 inches away from the breaking ball, and it's 0-2. Wells, of course, 3 home runs over the span of this doubleheader. A 2-run shot in his last at-bat in the 3rd. He's gone to left center, he's gone to center, and he's gone to right. The only thing missing is a home run down the line and left. Walsh checks on the runner at second. And the 0-2. fouled straight back. And we'll reset and do it again. YD offense continuing to be successful in sending multiple guys to the plate. Very rarely does this team get 1, 2, 3, a check swing, and Wells was able to hold up. And it was a good offering there from Walsh. I think a less locked-in hitter goes around on that. It was a good breaking ball.
Yeah, well, outside of opening night in Cotuit and last night in Chatham, this YD Red Sox order has top to bottom put together some really good at-bats and put some crooked numbers up on the scoreboard.
Once again, holding up Austin Wells. And the count's 2-2. Cotuit got 2 in the third inning on back-to-back solo home runs, and then a third run on another solo shot in the fourth. YD scored 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and now 2 here in the fourth. As Wells started the at-bat down 0-2, has worked the count full.
Yeah, and I'd be shocked if he gets anything over the middle of the plate right here, the way he's been swinging it today.
Walsh out of the stretch. The 3-2. Runners are in motion. He did get something to hit, and he fouled it back. Tirada waits on deck. A Dayton Flyer drew a walk in his last time up. For now, all eyes are focused on Austin Wells. Wind has died down a little bit for the moment. Flag has stopped fluttering in left field as Austin Wells once again fouls it back. Two on, 1 out here, 5-3 our score. Andre Sims, TJ Mathewson with you. Rain still holding out. As time is called. And everyone will reset. And the 3-2 offering from Walsh. Runners go. And excuse me, hack to save strike 3, and it's fouled away once again. And we'll do it again.
Yeah, I think Austin was looking a fastball right there. He got a fastball last 2 foul balls he had. Instead gets a curveball, looked like, on the inner part of the plate and just had to spoil that one down the third base side.
So Austin Wells in a good battle here. This is going to be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Walsh will step off, trying to keep Luke Waddell from getting too much of a jump on the 3-2 count. Still only 1 down, double play very much in play as the runners go once again. And Wells swings and a miss and strike him out, can't throw him out, and that one will trickle into left field, and Waddell will score. So they get the second out on the strikeout of Wells, but coming all the way around from second base is Waddell after the ball nicked off the glove of not Cameron Williams, Matt Mervis.
25, Riley Tirada.
Looks like that'll probably be a run scored on an E2 from the catcher, Cody Pasek, behind the plate.
And the Riley Tirada gets a base hit into left center field, and that'll be extra bases. Rounding second, the runner is in. And it's an RBI stand-up double for Riley Tirada, and that's got to feel good for him.
Yeah, really got a solid piece of that one. We've seen him in the middle of the lineup a lot here early. Yet to see him really get that big hit, and he did right there. As he drives in another run for YD, and in the blink of an eye, they've more than untied this game. There's a crooked number up on that scoreboard as they lead 7-3.
Mike Roberts once again out of his dugout. As the Cotuit bullpen seemingly has never stopped stirring once it got started. And Walsh has been absolutely tagged here in this one.
We're driving a Subaru is fast, fair, Simple
Yeah, Red
and
Sox have
local.
just done a great job of putting at-bats together. I mean, it's not been all, we talk about all the home runs today. It's not been all the home runs. Four singles and a double here in this inning have pushed across 4 runs. As looks like the motion has been made down to the bullpen, we're going to get another pitching change.
So Joey Walsh's day is done, only records the 1 out, allows 2 runs himself, in addition to allowing the 2 inherited runners to score. And we will get the information on Cotuit's latest pitcher on the other side of this break. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
First baseman from University
Back here.
of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Still in the bottom of the 4th inning here at Red Wilson Field. Andre Sims, TJ Mathewson with you. Jack Wold steps in, and he will be facing the new pitcher for Cotuit. It's Beck Way out of Belmont Abbey. So a rough outing for Joey Walsh on the hill as he comes in and only records the 1 out on the strikeout of Austin Wells, which I suppose is the way he's playing something to be proud of, but 3 hits. As of right now, 2 runs. Only 1 of them were earned, though, but he is still responsible for the lone runner on second base. The 0-1 pitch is in there. Go way out of the stretch. Inherits the runner on second. And Tirada will jog on back to the base. The 0-2 pitch is a called strike 3, and Beckway quickly onto the mound and quickly ends the inning. But not before the Red Sox hang a 4 spot and blow this game wide open. They take a 7-3 lead into the top of the 5th inning. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Leading off
Top of the 5th inning here from Red Wilson Field. Jake Leftwich out for his 5th inning of work. And as we mentioned, the 3 runs allowed, but only the 3 hits, and all 3 of them left the yard. One of them off the bat of the batter right now, Adam Oviedo. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses upstairs, 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, Jack's been ahead of hitters almost all game. He's been working at a really quick pace, and outside of those 3 mistakes he made, he's been spotless.
Just 1 base runner allowed for Leftwich, and that was the walk in the last inning, but still no hits allowed that have stayed inside the ballpark. The 2-0 offering is low and away, and it's 3-0. Control was arguably the biggest reason why this YD team struggled yesterday in Chatham, constantly working from behind, which allowed YD hitters to sit back and choose their pitches, and the offense responded accordingly. 3-1 count now on Oviedo. Did not play in the first game of this doubleheader. The 3-1. Big cut and a miss from Oviedo, and the count runs full. We're over halfway through this 7-inning game now, 7-3 our score. And the full count offering from Leftwich is another high and deep fly ball to left center field. Looking up is Hall, and that one is gone. Oviedo has his 2nd of the day, and it's 7-4.
Well, there's home run number 5 in the 2nd ball game. Oviedo has gotten a hold of a couple of them as he puts that one out over the fence in left center field and sticks right to the storyline of this game of outside of the long ball, Jack Leftwich, well, really now struggling with the long ball. He's served up 4 solo home runs here today.
So the good news is for YD is that they've only been solo home runs. The bad news is you never want to see your starting pitcher give up 4 home runs.
Sorry, that was the... No, but yeah, I was correct. 5 home runs here in the 2nd game.
Cody Pasek is now in the box, and he's very quickly in the hole, 0-2.
And now, by my math, 7 home runs here in these 2 games today.
Pasek, the hometown kid. A Cotuit Kettleer that is actually from Cotuit. Plays his college ball in Maine as the 0-2 pitch is just low and away, and it's 1-2. And for the first time tonight, the YD Red Sox bullpen is beginning to stir. The 0-2, once again, just low and away, pretty much in the same spot.
Looks like that's Zach Matthews out of Oklahoma, warming up.
One-two the count to Pasek. Big swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch, and that'll be the first out of the inning on the strikeout. Fifth strikeout of the day for Jake Leftwich.
From New Mexico State University, Nick Gonzalez.
And Cotuit will flip the lineup over, and it'll be the leadoff man, Nick Gonzalez, stepping in for the 3rd time today. First pitch is low and away for a ball, 1-0. A 1-0 in there for a called strike, 1-1. Gonzalez went 1 for 4 in game number 1 today, singled in his final at-bat in the 7th. Swings over the top of an off-speed pitch, and it's 1-2. Gonzalez, an excellent year for New Mexico State in the WAC. Hit well over 400. WAC Freshman of the Year in 2018. The 1-2 is in the dirt, and that'll even the count 2-2. Game still moving at a pretty quick pace, despite the 4 spot hung in the last inning, and the trend of scoring in every half inning has continued. At least one in every half inning since the bottom of the second as the count runs full. $11 total runs in this one, 13 total hits. And as TJ mentioned, 5 total home runs as Gonzalez goes down swinging for the second out of the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts for Leftwich.
Yeah, well, he's showed that plus breaking ball, and he's been able to drop it down into the dirt and get a strikeout there. 6 strikeouts for him in his Whitey debut. Still with an out to go here in the 5th inning.
Matt Mervis now steps in. Oh for 2 in game number 1. Drew a walk for his only time on base. And the count's 1-1. The 1-1 offering is at the shins for a ball, 2-1. Jack Leftwich continuing to work quickly off that first base side of the rubber, and that one's fouled off the foot of Mervis. And it's 2-2. Wind picking up once again. As really anything in the air has a chance to get out. 2-2, 2 outs in the inning. And it's fouled back and out of play. Leftwich looking to strike out the side after giving up the leadoff solo home run. 3 of the 4 home runs of Cotuit has hit have led off the inning as that one's rolled softly to first baseman Wold. He'll take it himself. Beat Mervis by a step, and that'll end the inning. So 2 strikeouts and a 3 unassisted follow-up, a solo home run off the back bat of Adam Oviedo. And the score now is 7-4 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Home half of the 5th inning. 7-4 our score here from Red Wilson Field as Scott Pickler will go to his bench for the first time in this one as Dalen Nanny will pinch hit for RJ Yeager. First pitch swinging and fouls one straight back to the fence, and it's 0-1. Dalen Nanny got the first game of this doubleheader off. Although he's been a mainstay through the first few games of this season as he swings at the second pitch, grounds it right at Oviedo, over to first, 6-3 in the scorebook, and that's the first out of the inning.
The catcher from the University
The Red Sox
of
sent
Nevada,
8
Las Vegas.
to the plate in the fourth inning, bringing 4 runs across. Did it without the big fly that inning. A series of singles and then the Tirada RBI double as well. The man that started that was Eric Bijani, who's now in the box as he swings and misses at the first pitch, and it's 0-1. Beckway out for his first clean inning of work. Retired Nanny to get the first out, now works on Bijani. And it's a good breaking ball in there for a called strike, and it's a quick 0-2.
That's the first time ever. I've never had to do that. First time ever. I've never had to.
Bijani, slightly open stance on the right side. And Way will step off momentarily.
I think my sister was visiting.
And the 0-2 is on its way. High and wide for a ball, 1-2. After Bijani, we'll see Sam Hall. And then Drew Swift in the 9-hole before turning the lineup over. Bijani has his second hit of the day. It's a single into left. And the Red Sox have a runner on with 1 down here in their half of the 5th.
They have a day. Eric Bijani, 2 for 3 today.
The center fielder
Gets the
from
start
Clemson
with
University,
Austin Wells going into left
Sam
field, having to
Hall.
keep his bat in the lineup, and has responded nicely with this pair of hits today. Now Sam Hall, who also has a pair of hits to his name, pair of singles for him. See if he can keep his good day going.
Sam Hall singled in a run. Actually doubled in a run in the second, and then singled and scored a run as a part of that 4-run fourth. And the first pitch to him misses for a ball, 1-0. Way checks on Bijani at first and delivers to Hall, and it's in there for a called strike. 1-1. 7-4 our score, Red Wilson Field, as the sun is gone. It's quite overcast here as the wind has started to pick up. It's getting a bit chilly outside. High and tight to Hall, and it's 2-1. We're only playing 7 in this one. It's part of game 2 of a doubleheader. League-wide doubleheaders this weekend, next week. Another good breaking ball from Way. It's been his best pitch so far, and it's 2-2. Way, the Belmont Abbey product, teammate of fellow Kettleer Mason Dodd. The 2-2 is low and away, and the count runs full. 4 runs on now 4 hits, as they've been 4 solo home runs. For Cotuit, 7 runs on 10 hits. For the Red Sox, Cotuit has 2 errors in this one. Way shakes off a basic suggestion and now comes set. The 3-2. Nicked foul and back to the screen. Way will get a new ball, and we'll do it again.
Pretty consistent day for the Red Sox. First game, 7 runs on 9 hits. And now so far in the 5th, 7 runs on 10 hits, although I have a feeling we might see a couple more on the next inning and a half where this game concludes.
The 3-2, Bijani runs, strike him out. Can't quite throw him out, Bijani into second. And that's the second out of the inning.
Second base.
So that's twice now. Pasek has failed to complete the strike him out, throw him out double play. The first time was an E2 and it resulted in the run. The second time only results in the advance to second, and now Drew Swift is up with an RBI chance. First pitch in there is a breaking ball, and it's called strike, 0-1. The 0-1 offering to Swift is swung on and fouled back to the screen. And it's a quick 0-2 hole for Drew Swift. Swift looking for a 2-out RBI. And that one's hit off the end of the bat, and it'll be an easy play for Way to go to first. And that'll end the inning. So Way works around the Bajani 1-out single and gets out of the inning unscathed. The score holds at 7-4. We'll be right back with the top of the 6th inning. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the 6th inning as the book is closed on Jack Leftwich. 5 innings. He did pitch well, only gave up 4 hits. The only problem, all 4 of those hits left the yard. And he gives way to Zach Matthews, the Oklahoma Sooner, one of 2 Sooners in Scott Pickler's bullpen. As Matthews gets set to deliver the first pitch to Parker Chavers, and it's fouled away, 0-1. Chavers, one of the 4 solo home runs on Leftwich's account. And spoils another pitch off the left side, and that's 0-2. 3, 4, and 5 due up. So Matthews is facing the heart of this Cotuit order. The 0-2 delivery, high and wide to waste pitch, and it's 1-2. It's 3rd at bat of the night for Chavers. Grounded out to Jack Wold at first before hitting a solo shot in the 4th. And the 1-2. Big swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Got him with the back foot slider, and that's the first out of the inning.
It's a good first impression there from Zach Matthews. Just buries a breaking ball down and in the dirt. Gets Parker Chavers to go chase after it. Not even close on that one for out number 1.
Strikeouts are the calling card for the Wellston, Oklahoma native. Got touched up a little bit with a 5.32 ERA on the season. Yes, he did, says home plate umpire. And that's a first pitch strike to Duke Ellis. 5.32 ERA for Zach Matthews in his sophomore season. However, 28 strikeouts against just 5 walks on the year. 28 strikeouts in 23 appearances. 23 and 2/3 inning as it's very quickly 0-2 on Duke Ellis. Just outside with the fastball as he split the knees of Bijani, but he set up off the plate. And it's 1-2. Duke Ellis grounded to short in his first AB and struck out in the 4th. And strikes out in the 6th. So 2 quick strikeouts to start the Cape League campaign for Zach Matthews. And it's a quick 2-out start to the inning.
Designated hitter from the University of Kentucky, Araj Anu.
Araj Anu will step in now, and he's happy to see Jack Leftwich out of this game as he struck out twice swinging. Looking to avoid the hat trick. Fouls the first pitch off to the left side, and it's 0-1. Matthews working out of the stretch. Good off-speed pitch as Anu swings over the top of a changeup. And it's 0-2.
He's been going right after these Cotuit hitters. Just strike 1, strike 2. And for the first 2 times, strike 3 as well. We'll see what he does here.
The 0-2 is on its way. That one skips in the dirt, and it's 1-2. 7-4 our score here. We're in the top of the 6th inning. And Matthews very quickly and very effectively strikes out the side. Goes through the heart of the Cotuit order, gets them all to go down swinging. And we head to the home half of the 6th. YD still leads 7-4. We'll be right back on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. So Beck Way's day is done. He finishes with a final line of 1 1/3. Just 1 hit allowed and 2 strikeouts. He pitched well in relief. As we are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Andre Sims, TJ Mathewson with you, bringing you YD Red Sox baseball here from Red Wilson Field. It's game 2 of the doubleheader against the Cotuit Kettleers. 7-4 our score here is at the top of the order for the Red Sox as Luke Waddell takes a called strike off the new arm for Mike Roberts. And it's Richard Brereton out of Emory University. The 0-1 is a breaking ball that stays high, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 swung on and missed. Spadell was late on the fastball, and it's 1-2. Finally, some zeros have been put up on the board in consecutive innings after a whole lot of offense as the 1-2 is in the dirt, and that'll even the count. YD held scoreless in their half of the 5th, and Zach Matthews striking out the side in the top of the 6th. The 2-2 offering to Waddell. Swing and a miss. And that's a strikeout for Brereton.
Yeah, good start for the D3 kid. You mentioned it at Emory University. It's 3-1 with a 3.66 ERA this season. Also, fun fact, hit almost 400 this season. Hit 392 with 3 long balls, 23 doubles at the plate. Is listed as an infielder here on point streaks for Cotuit.
A lot of two-way talent here on Cape Cod. It's always been a staple of this league. I mean, you look back at some of the more successful guys, you think like the first name that comes to mind for me is Brennan McKay out of Louisville, former Born Brave. Called strike 1 to the pinch hitter Noah Campbell.
Yeah, we've seen some in the game today, too. We saw Eric Tolman driving a run with an RBI double, also throw a pair of scoreless innings on the mound in game 1.
The 0-1 pitch to Campbell is inside as Andrew Eister's day is done. Just 1 for 3 today. Scored a run. Noah Campbell, fan favorite here last year, takes the 1-1 pitch upstairs, 2-1.
Yeah, to say he was good here in YD last season is a massive understatement. One of the most valuable players in this entire Cape League. Hit 364.
Foul tipped into the glove, and that's a call, and then it's a strike 2.
Yeah, it's a real. I was disappointed to see how bad Noah did this past spring. Hit just 230 at South Carolina.
Struggled in Columbia for the Gamecocks, but came here and instantly made an impact. RBI single in his first at-bat. 2 hits in the first game. He's saying it hit him. Home plate umpire says no. And Campbell will step back in the box.
And you can hear him audibly saying, yeah, it hit me. But looks like he's going to have to stay in there and go one more pitch at least. From up here, it's kind of hard to tell. Maybe heard a little nick, but kind of hard from where we're sitting.
Full count offering is a big swing and a miss for Campbell, and he is dispatched from whence he came. And it is
at the concession stand.
2 down in the inning.
Dogs and burgers for half price.
Good for us. We're going to get one more at bat from this guy tonight, Austin Wells. Have a day, young fella.
3 home runs across the doubleheader today as he takes the first pitch inside for a ball 1-0. Wells playing left field here in game number 2 after catching game number 1. The 1-0 was a breaking ball in there for a called strike, and that'll even the count. 7-4, still our score. Wind continues to blow out. Wells with a big swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Wells does have a couple of strikeouts sandwiched around that home run. Struck out looking in the first, And swinging in the 4th. The 1-2. Checks his swing and takes the breaking ball outside, 2-2. Wyatt Young waits in the on-deck circle. Will be pinch hitting for Riley Terada. Got off the schneid a little bit with an RBI double in his last at-bat. The 2-2 to Wells. Swung on and missed, and that's the hat trick for Austin Wells.
Here are the winners of the 50-50 raffle prize.
So a very good inning from Richard Brereton. Strikes out the side, all swinging. He says, Zach Matthews, anything you can do, I can do as well. We head to the top of the 7th. Cotuit down to their final 3 outs. Zach Matthews back out to get him, and we will be right back on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
1.
Final half inning here at Red Wilson Field. 7-4 our score. Andre Sims, TJ Mathewson here with you. First pitch from Matthews is blown right by Mason Dodd. As it's 6, 7, and 8 due up for Cotuit in their final chance of the game. The Red Sox looking to sweep the doubleheader today and move to 4-2 on the year. The second pitch is fouled straight back. Would have came right for me had the fence in this window not been in front of me.
We always love that nice chain link fence right in front of us, protecting the fans, scouts, and us from foul balls. Also the netting right above us, or right in front of us.
The 0-2 outside, and it's 1-2.
The crowd, as the temperature has gone down, has thinned out considerably here at Red Wilson.
Zach Matthews on for his second inning of work. Struck out the side in the top of the 6th. And gets Dodd to pop up into shallow left center field. Hall comes in, makes the grab, and that's the first out of the inning.
Cash prize of $57. The winning number, 447524.
So one down here, and Dante Williams will step in. He's got a solo home run. Led off the 3rd inning, got Cotuit on the board.
Center fielder from University of Arizona, Dante Williams.
Dante Williams, a speedster. Got one out on a no-doubter to right field, and he knew it off the bat. The first pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. It's the first batter that Matthews has fallen behind in this game on the first pitch. So that one skips in the dirt. Home plate umpire saying, I'm okay. Looked like he got him in the area as a guy where you never want to get hit. Bajani will take a stroll out to the mound, give him a second to breathe, gather himself, take some inventory, and
Courtesy stroll.
yeah.
Always, here we are in inning number 14 of play today. We're starting to feel a little bit, get a little tired.
2-0 now the count to Williams. That pitch is in there for a called strike, 2-1. Dante Williams homered in the third, as I said, and then grounded out to short in his next at-bat in the fourth. That pitch is a good fastball in the outer half, just misses high, and it's 3-1. It's been quiet relatively after a lot of fireworks through the middle innings. Almost a good frame job there from Bajani, but Williams reaches, and with his speed, you got to worry about him running.
Yeah, and it's, comeback's not out of the question here. Just 3 runs. And you get a runner on here with 1 out. Although, for Windy, ground ball to one of your middle infielders, Luke Waddell or Drew Swift, and you most likely are out of this ball game with win number 4 on the season.
However, the person in the batter's box right now, Adam Oviedo, has yet to hit a ball on the ground. Both of the balls that have left his bat have left the yard. 2 home runs on the day for him. Williams got aggressive there on the secondary. Bajani didn't recognize it quick enough to fire the throw over, and he's back with the head-first dive. 1-0 the count to Oviedo. Homered in the third and the fifth. That one's in the dirt once again. Good block from Bajani, and it's 2-0. So after a very efficient first inning of work in which he struck out all 3, got each of them 0-2, now struggling to find the strike zone a little bit.
Yeah, got to be careful here, especially you mentioned Oviedo with the 2 home runs. Try not to leave something over the middle of the plate.
The 2-0 is high for a ball, 3-0. And this was sort of the issue that Zach Matthews faced this season at Oklahoma. The strikeout numbers were high, but in 23 and 2/3 innings, did give up 26 hits as well, so is definitely capable of being touched up with the whip at 1.31. That wasn't because of the walks. And that's a 4-pitch walk right there, so 2 quick base runners after the first pitch, the first out of the inning, and suddenly YD brings the tying run to the plate.
And it looks like Chase Smith out of Pitt. We saw him on opening night, the side armor warming up down in the YD bullpen, and he's getting hot fast.
Excuse me, you said YD brings the tying run to the plate. I meant Cotuit. Zach Matthews takes a second, gathers himself. As you mentioned, TJ, 1 pitch, and YD could be victorious in this game, but it definitely hangs in the balance right now.
Yeah, 1 pitch the other way, and this ball game's tied.
Now batting, number 25, Colton Kessler.
So a like-for-like pinch hitter here as Pasic's day is done. Cody Kessler steps in into a big spot here with 2 on, and he himself being the tying run. Cotuit down 7-4. Big first swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Pasic had struck out twice today, so obviously Mike Roberts going for more offense here, looking to get back into this one in their last half inning. Matthews checks Williams at second base, and then he'll step off.
And just called time there ahead of the pitch. And you've got to be a little bit careful here with Kessler. Does have some pop, knocked 5 balls out of the ballpark this past spring in Lexington. The Kentucky Wildcats.
Matthews ahead 0-1. And he's ahead 0-2. Pulled the string on the changeup. Had Kessler out in front. Kessler 6'3", 215. Batting from the left side. Got the bright blue shin guard there, Kentucky blue. 0-2 the count. Matthews looking for the big second out here in the inning. The 0-2. Fouled back to the screen, and the count holds. YD not out of the woods yet. Certainly with the way that this ballpark has been playing today, one swing of the bat could make all the difference in this one.
That's what I heard.
So far, Cotuit only managing to knock out solo home runs. That one's driven to left field into the glove of Austin Wells. And that's the second out of the inning and a big second out for Zach Matthews.
Yeah, able to get some soft contact on that one. Wells had the play right in front of him, only had to come in a few steps to make the catch. And is able to get that big second out. And now he's going to have to deal with the top of the lineup and the All-American Nick Gonzalez.
So Gonzalez steps in, the second baseman, 0 for 3 on the day. Had a single in the 7th inning of game number 1. The first pitch is swung on and grounded hard down the third base line, but just foul, and that could have spelled trouble.
That absolutely could have spelled trouble. That gets down into the corner. Possibility of scoring 2 runs. Instead, it just hugs the inside of that foul line and stays on the foul grass.
Yeah.
The foul grass in foul territory. And strike 1.
Not only would that have scored 2, with Gonzalez's speed, that may very well have been a triple in his own right. But it's harmless, and it's 0-1. And the offering from Matthews, big swing and a miss. And now Cotuit's down to their final strike. Matt Mervis waits on deck. Should Gonzalez reach? Matthews trying to ensure that that doesn't happen. The 0-2. In the dirt, good block from Bajani again. And it's 1-2. And that is something, TJ, that we have seen really consistently from all 3 of the catchers that we've seen behind the plate. They're all very mobile back there, and not many balls have been able to get past them.
Yeah, Bajani won a Gold Glove back in high school for his defense. We've seen, you mentioned all 3 of them have been good receiving, been good at handling balls in the dirt. It's always good when you have 3 reliable guys you can count on behind the plate.
The 1-2. Grounded foul towards the YD dugout. Matthews will collect a new baseball, as will the home plate umpire.
And they always say that 27th out, probably the hardest to get. And it's never, ever easy, no matter what out it is, when you're facing a guy who just this past spring got All-American honors, hit .432, and hit 15 home runs.
In this case, it is not out 27, it's out 21, but is all the same, as that one is up the middle, and that's a base knock, and that'll score a run. Williams in to score. Gonzalez thought about going for 2, but he'll hold it there, and Cotuit not done yet. That's a 2-out RBI single, and it's 7-5.
Well, this guy just hits, and we see it right there with 2 strikes. Just gets a pitch on the inside half, drops the barrel on it, and a solid frozen rope line drive over the head of Luke Waddell at short, and now the go-ahead run is at the plate for Mike Roberts' squad.
Oviedo saw the play all the way, goes first to third. Tying run, and Gonzalez waits on first. So now it falls into the lap of Matt Mervis. Looking to keep the line moving. And the first pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. Scott Pickler wants to let Matthews finish this out. He doesn't want to have to burn another arm today. So that one's scorched down the right field line, but foul. And it's 1-1.
Lucky for YD, unlike a majority of this league that'll be playing makeup games tomorrow, they'll have the day off. Four of the 8 teams will have tomorrow off.
You will
4 of the 10 teams, pardon.
You will catch this broadcast team mini golfing tomorrow.
Oh, always. Every off day.
The 1-1 is fouled off the post in the backstop. And once again, Cotuit finds themselves down to their final strike.
Yeah, and we'll see this time Zach Matthews can buckle down and miss a bat right here. Another big strikeout. Or another strikeout, his 4th one of the night it would be. Be a huge one right here. And finish off an emphatic doubleheader sweep of Cotuit.
Swing and a miss, but Pajani unable to reel in the foul tip. And Mervis gets another shot. This next pitch will be the 39th for Matthews in this one. And that one's flared into left field. Austin Wells is crashing hard, unable to get it. It bounces in front of him, and it's 7-6. Cotuit not going down without a fight. We mentioned it, TJ. They were one of the most potent offenses on Cape Cod, and they are not going down easy here in their half of the 7th.
And Zach Matthews, back-to-back batters, have gotten the Kettleers down to their last out, but credit to Cotuit, they've managed to put the ball in play and find outfield grass and keep this game rolling. And the game-tying run is now standing 180 feet away at second base, and I think Pick's seen enough. I think he's going to go to Chase Smith down in the bullpen. And he signals there, and that'll be it for Zach Matthews. Unable to get that 21st out here in the game, too.
So the back-to-back walks of Williams and Oviedo come back to haunt Matthews as he's unable to shut the door. And as you said, TJ, that will fall not on his plate anymore. His day is done. Still 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. The lead has been trimmed to 1. We will be right back to see if YD can close it out. On the other side of this break, you're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. So Zach Matthews unable to close out the game. Can't shut the door. Had two Cotuit hitters down to their final strike and surrendered two out, 2 strike singles to bring the score to 7-6. And now Chase Smith out of Pitt will be tasked with stranding the game-tying and go-ahead runs that sit on second and first base. And the first pitch from the low 3/4 release is slung inside, and that's 1-0. Certainly not over yet. Let's get to it with 6 runs on 6 hits to Whitey's 7 on 10 hits. That one sliced into left field, and that's a base hit, and this ball game is tied. Austin Wells chased all the way to the wall. They're going to send the runner. Here's the relay throw, and he is safe. And Cotuit takes the lead here in the 7th. A 4-1 rally. They score 4 with 2 outs. All of them charged to Matthews. And just like that, it is 8-7 Kettleers.
Got to give credit where credit is due. We mentioned so many times this Cotuit offense has been a machine scoring runs for this first week of the season, and they just continue to do that here in the 7th inning. 4 runs come across with 2 outs, and Chase Smith just can't get that last out here and keep the tying and go-ahead runs stranded on the base paths.
So a 3-run lead gone in a flash. As the YD pen unable to close the door. As that first pitch is low and away for a ball to Parker Chavers. So YD will get one more crack at it. Riley Terrada's due up, but we saw Wyatt Young in the on-deck circle for him in the last half inning, so we'll see if Pickler sticks with that switch. As it's now 3-0 to Chavers, and this one is falling apart quickly for YD. After Terrada or Young, whoever it would be, it's then Jack Wold and Dalen Nanny. So definitely some power threats there, and they'll need to at least score 1 to keep this game going. A called strike on 3-0, and it's now 3-1. From 7-4 up to 8-7 down here in the blink of an eye, and the pickoff throw is a good one, but back in time. So 3-1 the count here. Duke Ellis 0 for 3 on the day at the dish. Chase ball 4 there. And the count is now full. And this comeback has not been some seeing eye singles. They have roughed up Matthews, and this double from Chavers was an absolute rocket down the left field line. Chased Austin Wells all the way to the corner. And that one looked good for strike 3. Everyone started walking off the field, but it's called ball 4, and the inning continues.
Yeah, it looked pretty good there from Chase Smith, but instead the inning will continue. Just missed the outside corner.
So the 9th man to come to the plate for Cotuit in the top of the 7th inning. And it hit him. So now Cotuit has officially batted around, and the wheels have officially fallen off.
The first baseman from Belmont Abbey College, Mason Dodd.
So for TJ and myself, we head over to the extra innings portion of our scorebook. And that one gets away from Bajani, and this has really, really gone downhill for the Red Sox, as that has to go down as a wild pitch. There was nothing Bajani could do about that one. It was about 3 feet off the plate, and it's 9-7 Kettleers.
Yeah, that one well outside, well away from the target that Bajani was setting up on top of the plate. And just another run, the 5th of this 7th inning to come across for Cotuit.
All 5 runs of this inning with 2 outs, as it's now 1-1 to Mason Dodd. They have batted around. And that one is low and away, 2-1. Cotuit has now sent 6 batters to the plate with 2 outs. The 2-1. Low and away, and it's 3-1. No one working in the dugout, so this looks to be Chase Smith's job to clean this up. Foul tipped, back to the screen, and the count's full. The crowd here has gone silent. You could hear a pin drop as the Whitey faithful have had the wind completely taken out of their sails in this 5-run comeback. And the inning will continue. It's another walk.
Center fielder from the University of Arizona, Dante Williams.
So 4 walks and a hit by pitch in this inning, spread between Matthews and Smith. As time is called, the bases are loaded now for Dante Williams, who started this rally by drawing a walk earlier in the inning. And Chase Smith cannot find the strike zone.
Yeah, another off-speed pitch. He's left a few that have stayed outside and have really come nowhere close to that outside part of the plate.
And if I'm a Cotuit hitter right now, I am taking everything because he has completely lost control in this inning. After the double to start Smith's outing in this game, it's been walk, hit by pitch, and walk. And the count is 2-1. All but one of the runs charged to Matthews as that one's grounded to Swift. He'll go to second, and that will finally end the inning. Not at all the inning that the Whitey Red Sox wanted. They give up a 5 spot. All with 2 outs, and they find themselves suddenly down 9-7 in a game that they otherwise have dominated. They now have 3 outs remaining. We head to the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Home half of the 7th. It would be stretch time in a regular game, but it's not. It's do or die time for the Red Sox as they suddenly find themselves down 9-7 here. Andre Sims, TJ Mathewson with you. And it will not be Wyatt Young to lead off the inning. Riley Terada takes his at-bat as scheduled. And the first pitch is high, 1-0. And that's a good start to the inning as he slices one into right center field. Stretching it for 2. And he is safe, just barely in there ahead of the tag. And that could have been disastrous for the Red Sox, but it's a gutsy call. And sometimes you need a bit of guts to be able to mount a comeback. We saw it from Cotuit. And now we're seeing it from YD, and it's a great start to the inning.
Yeah, I read that as a sort of a 50-50 chance for Terada to be able to make it to second base. He decided why not. We're down at this point 2 runs. Got to go all out to get to second base. He manages to get in there with a headlong dive. Bang play there at second. Great relay from Dante Williams to Nick Gonzalez to the shortstop Oviedo, but it's just not in time to get Terada. And now here's Jack Wold.
Second double of the day for Terada, and very quickly the Red Sox are in business with one of their best power hitters up. Swings over the top of an off-speed pitch, does Wold, and it's 0-1. The Red Sox are going to mount a comeback. A leadoff runner was crucial, especially getting the leadoff runner into scoring position. Now it's about keeping the inning going. You don't need 1, you need 2. And that one's rolled foul. And for Jack Wold, I know it's tempting to think about the home run, but right now you got to think about just keeping the line moving for the guys behind you.
Yeah, all these lineups here on the Cape are chocked full of talent. Yeah, guy behind you, usually a pretty good bat, so you don't have to do it all yourself.
Wold, the UNLV product, has the solo home run. Hit the first home run of the Cape League season against these Cotuit Kettleers, and that one's sliced into left field right at Duke Ellis, and that's the first out of the inning. So now Dalen Nanny will step in, the Western Carolina player. He'll get his second at-bat of the game. He grounded out to short in his first AB.
Western Carolina University, Dalen Nanny.
Terada sits on second base. And if you're Cotuit, Terada on second means nothing. Off-speed pitch on the inner half is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Brereton's thrown 22 pitches, 14 of them for strikes. That one's upstairs at Nanny's eyes, and it's 1-1. 9 runs on just 7 hits for Cotuit in this one. 2 errors for them. 7 runs on 11 hits for the Red Sox. The 1-1. Check swing. Nanny's able to hold up. They're going to appeal. Third base umpire says no. And it's 2-1. Hitters count now for Nanny as he looks to keep the line moving. And now we see Wyatt Young stroll out into the on-deck circles. That one's low and inside, 3-1. So instead of pinch hitting for Terada, Nanny will pinch hit for Bajani, who has 2 hits in this one. But Scott Pickler likes the bat of Wyatt Young more. The 3-1 offering to Nanny is high and wide, and Wyatt Young will come to the plate representing the winning run.
How about that? Game's never over till you get that last out. Cotuit showed it just a half inning ago when they put up a 5 spot in the top half of the 7th inning. And just like that, the Red Sox themselves will have the winning run at the plate. And Wyatt Young, who's been swinging a pretty hot bat.
Wyatt Young, one of this potent offense's better hitters to start this Cape League season, sent an absolute rocket to the wall for a triple at BC High that would have been well out of here. And he is, as you said, TJ, the winning run. First pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1. Tying run in Nanny at first. Just one out in the inning. And it's 1-1. The 1-1 offering. In there for a called strike at the bottom of the zone. Wyatt Young didn't like it. And it's 1-2. Didn't see Wyatt Young in game 1 of this doubleheader. In his last game, though, had 3 hits and a couple RBIs. Patient line drive hitter. Big gap in right center field, and that one comes in and gets him on the shoulder. And similar to Cotuit, the Red Sox now have the bases loaded.
How about this?
Drama here at Red Wilson Field.
And the innings just never ended.
Number 12.
We all love drama. Makes for some great storylines. And what better storyline here than Sam Hall, who's really had his first good day at the plate as a Red Sox. And a chance to make an impact his second start with YD.
So the bases are juiced. Tying run at second, winning run at first. Sam Hall at the dish with 1 down. First pitch is a breaking ball that misses high. 1-0 as the dugout continues to come alive. We talked about it earlier, TJ. It's all about how you respond to these innings, and YD has responded well. You felt the wind kind of go out from the sails of this field, but very quickly reignited. And it's 2-0.
Both these pitching staffs in the 9th inning have really struggled to command the strike zone, falling behind hitters, and so far really unable to put anyone away.
No one working in the Cotuit dugout either. Excuse me, the Cotuit bullpen. Brereton deals to Hall, and he swings over the top of an off-speed pitch, and it's 2-1. Both teams struggling to get out number 21. Infield at double play depth. The corners are in. As even being up 2, they're trying to cut down the run at the plate. 2-1 pitch is a fastball over the outer half, and it's 2-2. This will be the 35th pitch of the outing for Brereton. D3 college product. Got him on the breaking ball. He chased ball 3, and that's the second out of the inning. And we will see another pinch hitter. So Sam Hall goes down swinging as he waves at the breaking ball down and away. And now we will see the Northeastern product, Jeff Costello. Tough situation for Costello to be coming into. Bases loaded, 2 outs with your team down 2. First pitch swinging, though, as he sends one out of play. And it's 0-1. Costello 4 for 9 on the year. Has played well for Scott Pickler. Had 3 hits in his last outing at BC High. And that one gets all the way back to the backstop. Terrada's in to score. And now the winning run sits 180 feet at second base. And the drama continues to mount.
And that is a costly mistake for the new catcher and behind the plate, Colton Kessler, who pinch hit for Coney Basic in the 7th inning, and now comes in here defensively in the 9th, just lets that one, or pardon, in the 7th, and lets that one get away from him. And now your tying run just 90 feet away.
So when I wake up in the morning, I just look who the problems are.
Mervis comes in at third base, as it's now 1-2 on Costello.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, like,
So YD down to their final strike. The tying run sits 90 feet away. This is where Cotuit did their damage in the top half of this inning. Costello dribbles one to second base. It'll be a tough play. He bobbled it, and this game is tied. Costello was putting the pressure on as he was booking it down the first base line. Wyatt Young advances to third, and this game is tied at 9.
How about that?
The All-American Nick Gonzalez fumbles the grounder, and we have runners at the corners.
Oh my. I mean, it's been this last out for each of these teams in the 7th inning have just seemed evasive. I mean, the 2 runs for the Red Sox in this inning have scored on a wild pitch and an E4.
Walks, hit by pitches, errors, pass balls. We've got everything here in the 7th, and we're looking for a walk-off. We'll have a defensive indifference here. As Costello advances 90 feet to second to get out of the force. And Luke Waddell, first day here on the Cape with a chance to win it. Wyatt Young sits 90 feet away. And it's 2-0. A 5-run top of the 7th brought us to 9-7 here, and now it's 9-9, and Waddell will spoil it there, 2-1. It was 9-7 to start this inning. We got to 9-8. The tying run just scored on an E4 from an All-American.
no, they'll call it. I think they would.
And the Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket with a chance to send these fans home happy. The 2-1. Fouled back, and it's 2-2. So Deuce is wild here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. As Brereton takes a long look into his catcher. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 called. And we have extras. We head to the 8th. YD brings the tying run across but is unable to secure the walk-off. We're tied at 9. We'll be right back on the other side of this break on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. I take it back. We're getting the Cape League special. We are ending in a tie today. And what a tie it was. We had everything in this one. We had big flies, we had errors, we had defense, we had pass balls, walks, and a drama-filled final inning. 7 runs came across here in the final frame. And this game will end in an incredibly entertaining 9-9 tie. TJ, your final thoughts?
So you think about this game when we're going through 4 innings. And by the 4th inning, by my count, we had 5 home runs in this ball game. First out in the first batter of the 5th inning when Adam Oviedo hit his 2nd home run of the ball game. At this point, we're thinking of 5. There's been 5 home runs in this game. We're going to get an absolute just smoke fest with, balls flying out of the ballpark left and right. And then we come to the 7th inning, and all these runs are getting on base singles, walks, errors, miscues, all over the place. I mean, we go in order for Cotuit. We have an RBI single, and then another RBI single, then a 2 RBI double, then a hit by pitch, and it keeps going and going and going. And a run scored on a wild pitch. Then we go to YD. There are 2 runs to tie the game scored on a wild pitch and an error. Just wild. That final inning of these doubleheaders, that 14th inning, plenty of drama in there as these 2 teams tried to just get to the finish line. YD trying to sweep, Cotuit trying to split, and it ends up YD will, in fact, take this doubleheader by points advantage to 3-1.
So, just to recap, Cotuit was down by 3 heading into the final frame. They sent 11 to the plate in that inning to take the lead, 9-7. YD then responds by sending 7 to the plate to tie it, and that is where we have finished at 9-9. So in the end, a win and a tie for YD across the doubleheader. The bats came to life. Austin Wells had a hell of a day. 3 home runs for him.
How about that day from Austin Wells? 3 home runs. He's going to be super happy with how he performed here today. I mean, 3 home runs in the span of 2 weeks here on the Cape is impressive, let alone 3 home runs in the span of 14 innings of play on a doubleheader Sunday here in the early part of the Cape League season.
So, no decisions all the way around.
How about the appearance we saw from Jack Leftwich? The first time we're seeing the sophomore righty out of Florida. His stuff was pretty good today. He let the long ball get to him. The 4 hits he allowed, they all left the ballpark. Of course, unfavorable dimensions to go along with unfavorable conditions, but as a pitcher, you're going to have to deal with it in return. You give it up enough hard-hit fly balls. Some of them are going to leave the ballpark. That's just how baseball works, and that's what came back to bite Jack Leftwich today. But he gave really 5 solid and pretty quick innings here in Game 2, and it was cool to be able to see him pitch, and excited to watch what he'll do the rest of this summer.
Absolutely. 4 solo home runs given up by him, but his offense picked him up. Bullpen couldn't close the door for either team, and we finished in a tie. It was quite the entertaining ball game for TJ Mathewson, Brian McLaughlin, who brought you Game 1. I'm Andre Sims. Thank you so much for listening. We got an off day tomorrow, but we'll be right back here at Red Wilson Field on Tuesday. We'll see you then. Hope you tune in. Hope you come by. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.